It starts off like a joke. A simple bracket challenge, just a group of friends, a little competition, and maybe some bragging rights. Nothing serious. But then, something unbelievable happens. One bracket comes back with 0 correct picks. Not one. Not a single game. And suddenly, what should have been impossible becomes the center of attention. Because, statistically, even guessing randomly, you should get something right. So now the question isn't just who's losing. It's how did this even happen? And that's where things begin to shift. What started as friendly competition slowly turns into something else. Questions start being asked, timelines get messy, and people begin defending their choices like their reputation depends on it. Was the bracket submitted on time? Did someone change their picks after the discussion? Or did someone quietly get help? Now it's no longer about basketball. It's about fairness, about integrity, about who played the game and who played around it. And just when you think it couldn't get more chaotic, they introduce a punishment, not a symbolic one, a real one. And suddenly, losing actually matters. Because in this game, it's not just about being wrong. It's about how wrong you were and why.
It's honestly insane.
I don't know if I've ever had seen anybody with 0 points gained after the round of 32.
He missed, even if you're flipping a coin and picking, he missed all 16 games.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
It was upset central over there in Aaron's bracket. He definitely just clicked. There's a click that says you can have it automatically filled out. He hit that for sure. Guaranteed. I say that because the women's loser, and finally with 68 points, but no more points remaining, our official loser of the women's bracket is me.
Yes, it is. How we feeling, Trav?
I feel pretty upset that I let it get to this point. You just got to do better in life, and you got to understand the circumstances better, and you got to understand that your brother is going to go out and cheat, and there's nothing you can do about it.
What are you so upset about, Travis? Why are you so upset? What are you so upset about?
What am I so upset about is that this was just a friendly competition, and then after I submitted my fucking bracket and you hadn't submitted a bracket yet, we decide as a group. Let me finish. No, it is not. No, it is not. This is a very true timeline. During the show, you started to fill out a bracket. Did you not?
No, I did not fill out a bracket. I
thought, then what were we doing in the show, Brandon? Were we not talking about who was our final four?
I literally told you guys I have not even looked at the brackets yet.
This is true.
How am I supposed to do a bracket recap?
Yes.
And I just started bullshitting the final four.
And then you gave us a final four.
And then we talked about there being some type of punishment for the loser.
So why was that not your final four?
But
why was that not your final four?
Because I didn't know that we were doing a.
See, this is such bullshit. My bracket was already in.
You can make bracket adjustments up until it's due. You can make adjustments.
No, this is such bullshit. Once you submit it, you submit it.
Because you close. There's like injuries that come up.
I didn't submit it.
I did though. I already had submitted it because I did my fucking job. You hadn't already looked at that shit.
Neither of you looked at the bracket. We recorded the show.
This is such bullshit.
Neither of you even looked at the bracket.
I make a fucking nonsense bracket. You think if I was gonna bet on getting a fucking bull ring nose piercing that I would fucking have Howard beating fucking Michigan? No, I wouldn't.
You thought they were due.
I'm just gonna throw it out there. Your bracket was not submitted until after we talked about there being a punishment on the show episode.
Punishments were talked about. Punishments were talked about.
That is a true statement.
We hadn't decided on one, but the idea of punishments was going to come up.
Yes.
Nobody's going to have to get pierced. We're not piercing you. We're not going to pierce you.
The women's bracket, you're right. I took a chance on Iowa. That's fair.
Dude, women's bracket, just slide the number ones forward. Just slide the number ones forward.
What is there a punishment for both brackets or only for the men's bracket?
The punishments are for New Heights team members only.
Yes.
And I believe we already have our loser of the men's.
I trusted the power of Caitlin Clark, Claire Kittle, and George Kittle.
Ooh, little name drop. I like you worked the name drop in there. That's good.
That's good.
No, all right, here. Let me reset.
George and Caitlin.
I felt the aura.
I don't
know if you guys heard. My friend, I just call her Kate.
I may be a loser in the bracket, but I'm a winner in life.
You just feel the energy from you. Like, those are good people. I'm going to pick Iowa.
In the women's bracket. You did pick him in the men's as well, which
that was
off.
a better.
Yeah, I didn't have him go into this Elite Eight though.
So the bet is only for the men's bracket. We're not incorporating the loser.
It's kind of sexist. It's kind of sexist.
Yeah.
So what is the ratio? How do we figure this out? How is it determined who lost? Who is the loser of both brackets?
Yeah, I'm glad we're figuring this out at the end of it. This is awesome. Give it to me, Brandon. I know you got something.
No, Travis, you've
give it to me. No, tell me what I've lost. Tell me what I've lost. What's my punishment?
You lost the women's bracket.
So who has to eat the waffles at the Waffle House?
Well, if that's the punishment we'd like, Travis might be joining.
Wait, what? How the fuck am I? If I'm third place.
So
you lost the women's. You lost the women's.
So there's going to be 2 people that have to do this.
I feel like we should do 2 punishments. Yeah, that's only fair. We should do 2 punishments.
Do you guys understand how betting works?
We talked about there being a punishment, Charles. We all agreed to a punishment.
We all agreed to it. There was a blood.
Nobody agreed to the punishment.
On mic. We said it on mic. On mic is sacred.
We also said on mic Jason's Final Four in the men's bracket.
Well, he didn't submit. He didn't submit.
You can put anything you in there before you hit submit. It doesn't count.
You can do whatever you want until the ball is snapped.
Do you think I'm going to trust Wyatt? Travis?
I did. I trusted your daughter, and your daughter has no integrity. She knows fucking nothing.
Well, let me tell you, she does know nothing. She's 6.
So what are you teaching her over there, huh? She doesn't even know who'd win in a fight between Michigan and Howard.
She's starting to figure out how to use her numbers to do math above the number 10, Travis.
Hell yeah.
That's who you trusted to even get 16.
We got to get her in the advanced classes, Jason.
She can barely count to the number of teams in the NCAA tournament.
There's no way. She's 6 years old and can't count?
She can. She can definitely count.
I was going to say.
Once she gets to 100, it starts to get a little dicey. But
does she just do the things where she just starts counting and just wants you to know how high she can count?
Yes, we're in that stage.
I was hanging out with some children. They're like, "You want to see something cool?" And I was like, "Sure." And they're like, "You want to know how high I count?" I was like, "Oh fuck, no, I don't." Yeah. And then they just went. We got to 45, and I was like, "Do you want to go outside?"
Welcome to 99 bottles of beer on the wall. But we're not going to stop early. We're going to keep it going.
Do you want to know how I can count? I'm like, oh no, that sucks. That's a terrible trick.
I don't know. I think you can kind of shut your brain off once they start counting, right? You don't have to keep them honest.
You'd be surprised. You can
just let them go.
No,
especially when
they demand
you've
attention.
Heard it a bunch.
All right, do you want to?
All right.
Let's maybe podcast.
So the men's bracket is still up. There is a loser in the men's bracket. Who's the loser in the men's bracket?
Aaron. We could do one overall loser of combined worst score.
Would you guys rather do that?
Would you guys rather do that? Yeah. Are we?
No. No.
Well, then what do you want to do? You're being fussy.
Can we stop acting like eating waffles at a Waffle House is that big of a punishment?
As long as you do it before training camp, you're fine.
But how do in every waffle is an hour?
Here's Aaron.
That's crazy.
Aaron, explain.
Every waffle is an hour. You got 24 hours and every waffle is an hour.
Can specialty waffles, like if I eat a blueberry waffle, can I add like an extra 30 minutes taken off? Or no, you're just straight?
No,
I will not allow it.
Aaron, I know your work hours. You have nothing but time.
Hey!
Travis is the one who's got stuff going on.
I'd rather do a drinking situation than do a fucking waffle situation like this. I'd rather have to sit at a bar from start to finish.
Can we go to Chili's?
The punishment isn't about what you would rather do, loser. The punishment is a punishment.
Yeah, we didn't agree that this is going to be the punishment.
We agreed to a punishment.
We did agree to a punishment. That is on record, but we did agree to a punishment.
A drinking festivities with your buddy Aaron.
What if we ask one of our guests today, Coach Calhoun, what the punishment should be?
No.
We're gonna do Coach Calhoun. I'm gonna ask him. That's my one question to Coach Calhoun.
Aaron, how did you not get a single Sweet 16 team?
Fuck if I know, guy. I don't watch college basketball.
Neither does Jason.
None of
us
wid. That's not an excuse.
And fucking asked his fucking ESPN colleague that is a professional in sports gambling.
I did not.
Who's gonna fucking win what fucking job? It is so ridiculous. Jason fucking cheated so bad, and you guys are just gonna let him fucking cheat.
Now, here's the real accusation. Let's get into this.
I did not ask an ESPN colleague. I asked my best friend Corey Sims, who used to be an equipment manager for the
That's
Cincinnati
such
Bearcats,
bullshit.
who was
That's
not my
such
financial
bullshit.
advisor.
Such
He
bullshit.
Gave me the lowdown.
Yep.
The money man.
went
All right,
with you,
you're
Sid.
right. You gave it to you. You had somebody else fill out your bracket, which is my entire
Inside
point.
or
If I
outside?
wanted to win, I would have had somebody
We filled it
else.
out together.
I
We
would have
filled it
had
out
Jay
together.
Billis. I would have fucking called Jay fucking Billis and told Jay, "Hey, what's your bracket? Let me copy every fucking answer you had."
Cheated,
Jay.
Jason.
A little name
Yeah,
drop
that
there.
would've been-
A little name drop from Travis.
Would have been
Yeah,
smart.
I know Jay
used-
Billis.
It's called
That's
teamwork.
not-
It's called teamwork, guys.
That's called
I don't know what you're
collusion.
talking about.
That is called collusion.
It's called
Collusion.
teamwork.
It's called teamwork. I'm giving Corey credit. I'm not telling you that I picked the names. I'm saying I went to my buddy who's an expert because I don't know shit about fucking basketball.
Yeah, who
That's the guy that I used
does?
to go-
That's the fun of it, Jason. None of us do. Brandon, you are
First place in
ass.
both men's and women's. Ball no one.
No, you did not. No, you did not. You
nowhere.
didn't even pick Texas. Stop it.
I can't believe you guys don't want to go hang out at a Waffle House.
We don't have Waffle Houses in California. You got to find something else.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a Waffle House, at least it's like, Waffle on a show. It might be a fight, so that's a positive.
If you get in a fight at the Waffle House, you can leave immediately.
Oh, let's do it.
Wait, hold on. If I get a fight at the Waffle House, is the company covering my legal fees?
I will. No,
I'm sorry. What was that?
no. We do have no lawyers or agents.
In the end, no one really remembers the winning bracket. Not the perfect picks. Not the smart predictions. What they remember is the chaos, the arguments, the accusations. The moment a simple game stopped being simple, because somewhere along the way, this stopped being about sports. It became about trust, about whether the rules actually meant something, or if they were just there until someone found a way around them. And maybe that's the real story here. Not who lost, but how quickly things fall apart when expectations aren't clear, when competition gets personal, and when everyone believes they're right. In the end, there was a punishment. Waffles. Ours. A ridiculous challenge that no one truly wanted, but somehow perfectly fitting. Because the punishment wasn't just about losing. It was about sitting there with every bad decision, every argument, every questionable move, and having time to think about it. For hours. And maybe that's the irony of it all. In a game built on guessing outcomes, the only thing nobody predicted was how serious it would become, and how something so small could reveal so much.